Welcome to today's episode of the DDC Podcast. I'm your host, Daniela Del Carpio, and I'm so happy to have you join me on this journey of unlocking your true potential. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss another episode of this podcast. Today I want to talk about what is the best protein powder for fat loss. This is a question that I get from you guys all the time, so I really want to address it here in the podcast because I can explain it a little bit more and give you a little bit more details about protein powder and what is the best protein powder for fat loss. So let's just get started with, there's not such a thing as a protein powder to help you lose body fat. Trust me, this is all just very clever marketing. Anytime you see advertised, this protein powder will help you lose belly fat. This protein powder will help you drop 10 kgs. This protein powder is going to help you speed up your metabolism. Trust me, those brands just want you to buy the product. There's simply no such thing. There's no magic pill. There's no magic powder that you take and then it's going to help you get the body that you want. The only way you're going to get the body that you want is by doing the hard work, doing the simple things such as sticking to your nutrition, doing your training, and doing this consistently every single day. So now that we are on the same page, please don't waste your money on those products because trust me, you're just drinking that. You're probably not changing too much on your diet, and then that protein powder is going down the drain. So your money is just going down the drain, and those products are not cheap at all. You're probably going to be spending about $90 up to $100 and something for that product, which is going to do nothing for you. They claim to have things like, they do have like CLA, green tea, and other ingredients that are going to help you lose body fat, but we know that that's not the case. Okay, now let's talk about what actually is protein powder. And why do we use it? Why is protein powder so popular? So protein powder is just a very convenient way to boost your protein intake. Nothing else. Remember, it's not a magic pill. It's not a magic powder. It's not gonna suddenly help you gain gain muscle mass straight away, or it's gonna help you lose body fat straight away. It's just a nice, yummy, and convenient way to increase your protein intake. Chicken, it's also a protein source. Tuna is also a protein source. Steak is also a protein source. But the main difference between a chicken breast and protein powder is that the chicken breast, you chew it. It's a solid protein source. This one has more vitamins and minerals. But with a protein powder, this is a liquid form of protein because you mix it with water, you mix it with milk or whatever, and then you drink it. So it's pretty much the same thing, but different forms and different nutrients. So that's something I really want you to understand. Now with protein powder, there are different types. You can get whey concentrate protein, you can get isolate protein, you can get vegan protein, and you can get mass gainer, which is something completely different. So let's go step by step. Let's start with the whey protein. Sorry, before I say this, let me tell you what exactly is, like how protein powder is made. So protein powder is just made by extracting protein from different sources and then processing and drying it into a powder form. This is why we have these different types of protein, the whey, the isolate, and the vegan. So let's start with the whey protein. So whey protein is made of whey. So this is the liquid, the byproduct of the cheese production. This is why the whey has more lactose compared to the other protein powders. And this is also why the protein ranges from 70 to 80% of protein by weight. The other components are mainly fats and carbohydrates. So whey concentrate is the most popular one. Maybe this is the one you're taking right now. Maybe this is the one you see advertised everywhere. This one mixes really well with water. This one tastes very yummy. The price ranges between 90 or 80 up to 120, depends which brand, of course. This for the big one, the 2 kg, and depends where you're from. So I'm just talking about the prices in New Zealand. This is the one that most people have. This is the one you can take any time of the day. You don't have to take it just before or after your workout. You can take it for your breakfast, for your snacks, or just before going to bed. Okay, now the next one is the whey isolate protein. So this one, it's also called whey because it's also made from lactose from milk, but this one is more refined, which is why it has less fats, less carbohydrates, and more protein. So the protein the protein is 90% or more of pure protein by weight. So it's the fats and the carbohydrates are only 10% because they're more refined, remember, which is why the price is way more expensive. Like if you go online right now and then you look up whey concentrate and then whey isolate, the price is going to be much, much, much higher, just because the process to refine that protein, it takes longer. So obviously more money, they charge a little bit more. The isolate will be amazing for someone who is lactose intolerant, because this one has less lactose. It will be also amazing for someone who is very cautious about how much fats and carbohydrates they're having on their day-to-day. Maybe if you're competing for a bodybuilding show, this is the one that your coach will suggest, will recommend. But again, if you're concerned about money, I will say go with the whey concentrate. But if you're lactose intolerant, go with the isolate. Now, the next one, we have the vegan protein. So the vegan protein, it's plant-based. It's made from pea, rice, hemp, soy, or maybe a mix of all of these ingredients. This one is amazing for someone who's vegan, vegetarian, and someone who has dairy allergies. So if you're really, really intolerant to lactose, I will say go with the vegan, because this one doesn't have any lactose at all. This one doesn't really mix too well with water. To me, it doesn't taste too nice because of the ingredients, obviously. If you mix it in a blender, yes, this is better. But if you just have it on your shaker with some water or milk, it doesn't really mix too well. The texture is very thick. I personally don't like it, but if you're vegan, vegetarian, this is the option for you. Okay, next we have the mass gainer. So mass gainer, this one, it's whey protein, so whey concentrate, but it also has a mix of different ingredients such as carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, and minerals, which is why one scoop of the mass gainer is around, depends which brand, but it can be around 400 up to 700 calories per serve. And if we're talking about just a whey concentrate, this one will have around 140 calories per serve. So one scoop, it has 140 calories. Mass gainer around 400 to 700 calories. So it just shows you how, the big difference between a whey concentrate and a mass gainer. So mass gainer will be amazing for someone who needs to increase the calorie intake. Someone who's really, really struggling to eat too much during the day. This will be an amazing product for you, because this will help you to increase those calories a little bit easier, because I know it can be a struggle to eat so much. So if you can increase your calories in a liquid form, it's just going to make things much easier for you. So someone that wants to gain weight, if you want to build muscle or increase your caloric intake, this is the protein for you. Now, something else I want to mention with mass gainer, this is not for everyone. Like, even if your goal right now is to increase muscle mass, some people might assume straight away, okay, I want to increase muscle mass, I need a mass gainer right now. No, you don't, because if you have too much, obviously it depends case to case, but if you have one serving of mass gainer, and then on top of that, you're already consuming a lot of calories, you might only gain too much body fat, not muscle mass. So mass gainer is not for everyone. It's one that I honestly don't really, really recommend unless you are really struggling, unless you are deficient on something. That's the only time someone will recommend it, but don't go with mass gainer. This should be your last option. So just a quick recap. Protein powder is just it's a quick and convenient way to get your protein intake high. There's 4 different types. We have your whey concentrate protein. This is the more popular one. This one ranges from 70 to 80% of protein by weight. We have isolate protein. This one is 90% of more pure protein by weight. So this one's more refined, less lactose, amazing for someone who's lactose intolerant. We have vegan protein, which is plant-based. This one's amazing for someone who's vegan, vegetarian, or have dairy allergies. And we have mass gainer, which has a very high calorie intake. And this will be amazing for someone who's truly struggling to gain muscle mass, Another question I always get asked is, what is the best time to take the protein powder? Should I take it before my workout? Should I take it after my workout? Or how much should I take? There's not a specific time that you should be taking your protein powder. Just take it whenever it's more convenient for you. I will say breakfast is a really good option because it's very easy. I will say snacks also. Before your workout, after your workout, you can take your shake with some rice cakes, rice cakes, peanut butter, and banana, because you want to make sure you have your carbs also after your training. And how much, it depends. You can be taking 1 scoop, maybe half scoop. It depends on your goal. It depends how much you're eating during the day. So I cannot give you one answer without knowing more about you. So if you want to know more specific details about this, you can send me a message on Instagram, and then we can discuss this a little bit better. I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something with this podcast. And just a reminder, once again, protein powder, it's not everything. Protein powder will not do the work for you. You need to focus on your nutrition. You need to focus on what you're eating, how much you're eating, how much you're training. Are you following your meal plan? Are you following your training program? Because if you are, supplements are something that's going to supplement that diet. Don't rely on supplements to do the work for you. Don't rely on protein powder to do the magic for you. You have to be the one doing the work and putting the effort every single day. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share this on your social media and tag me at Daniela Del Carpio. Until next time, and as I always say, don't ever stop believing in yourself. Ciao.